of health. That is, you heard about Alice in Wonderland. So a lot of mesmerizing things will be there. And today I will take you to the world of health, wherein according to WHO, you must be knowing, according to WHO has given a definition for healthy individual. According to WHO, who is healthy means none of us in the entire world will fit into that definition. And it speaks about the physical health, mental health, social health, sexual health, and spiritual health. So having all these different health, it is not possible for anyone. Either they might be good in a physical health, has a problem of mental health, and they might have both physical and mental health, but they don't have a social health like that. Sexual health, spiritual health, all these are different components. So today, let me introduce genetics in the sense human genetics, about the diseases. So you are all very familiar with now 2024 this year. India is considered as a capital for diabetes and 1 in 3 in obesity in the world. We are competing for that. India stands first for the diabetic condition. Majority of Indians, they are transforming from pre-diabetic to diabetic, are normal to pre-diabetic. All these things are happening. We'll discuss what could be the reason for that. So let me start with some of the health issues are the genetic disorder. Disorder in the sense they are all disease condition. And we'll see what are these things, how to manage all this, etc. And genetic disorder, you heard about the genetic disorder, Anuvamshiya Kailegulu. So what exactly this genetic disorder means, you must be knowing our body is made up of trillions of cells. So brain itself, there is 100 billions of cells in the brain itself. Imagine kidney, liver, heart, lungs, every organ had lakhs of cells. So totally together, approximately I'm talking, trillions of cells are there in our body. And inside the cell, there is a nucleus. And inside the nucleus, there are chromosomes and DNA. In the chromosome, there is a DNA. And now every entire world is familiar with the COVID virus. And COVID virus, why? It was very infectious and a lot of problem with the COVID virus because it's an RNA virus. So genetic material could be either DNA or RNA. Most of the time viruses are RNA virus, and some of them are DNA also. So in lower organism, we do have a RNA and DNA, but in higher organism like a human, we have only the DNA as a genetic material. That means the information what we have for our body, everything, every single process in our body is controlled by genes. And these genes, what do? They give protein of our need. Okay, so this protein is very important and our health will be fantastic. If everything goes well, fine. But something goes wrong, then we end up with a disease. So something went wrong in our DNA. What is that? There is a change in our DNA. Some changes happens, that is called as a mutation. Mutation will be inherited. Inherited means we carry these things from our grandparents, from generation to generation. The information or the message will be transferred from one generation to next, from myself to my children, from my children to their children. Like that, it will continue. So I told you, this is the cell in our body. Inside there is a nucleus, and these are the chromosomes. You heard about the chromosome, Varna Tantugalu anta karitar adana. And every individual, every organism on this earth, you take plants, animals, fish, butterfly, you name anything, even Drosophila, that is a fruit fly. Generally, it will be in the fermented fruit, very tiny fly. All organism on this earth, except some viruses, they have a chromosomes, especially eukaryotes. They have a chromosome. The number of the chromosome varies from organism to organism. For example, human has 46 chromosomes, whereas chimpanzee 48, 2 chromosomes extra. And in rat, it is a 40 chromosomes. So like that in dog, horse, every organism have their own number of chromosomes. So what is there in the chromosome? DNA is there in the chromosome. What DNA has, it has a message. The message for our all the processes. So that's how the DNA considered as a very, very important, and any changes happens in the DNA, we end up with all problem, diabetes, obesity, thyroid, heart attack, then cancer, infertility, PCOD, asthma, constipation, all these condition, health issues, what we generally we see, this is because of a mutation in the DNA. Okay, so all diseases, we have 15,000 genetic disorder. All diseases, name anything, it is a genetic disorder, except fever, sometimes cough, cold, except those, all other disease on this earth, it is a genetic disorder. So diabetes is a genetic disorder, obesity, PCOD, thyroid, so high blood pressure, cholesterolemia, cardiac arrest, all, everything has a genetic basis. That means there must be some mutation in the gene. That's why they develop the disease. And you must be knowing the disease will carry from generation to generation. Whether we like it or not, if our grandparents had a diabetes, then it will transfer to our parents. From parents, it transfer to children. Whether we like it or not, we want to take it or not, sincerely they will give. So most of the time, many people were arguing with me. They don't give the wealth, but they give the disease. So that's the thing. Whether you like it or not, it will be there. And whether your children like it or not, you give all your characters, means health issues, everything to your children, like that. So in the globe, entire world, 15,000 genetic disorders are there. Simply they broadly classify into several categories. And most threatening health issues is a polygenic disorder. All what we have seen, obesity, diabetic, everything, they comes to polygenic, means so many genes are involved, environmental factors are involved. So that is most common. Mendelian disorder means it is for that particular individual, some changes happens, and as a result of that, the person will develop the disease. So that's why always I used to tell everyone, don't marry between relatives. So first cousin marriage, that is very common in cousin marriages, are common in Muslims. Similarly, uncle niece marriage, it's a very common in Hindus. And similarly, in South India, this consanguineous marriage is more. So because they don't want to, there are a lot of issues are there. Social issue, financial issues. Sister wanted to get her daughter to marry her brother because brother is in good position. So she doesn't digest that somebody else will marry her brother. So like that, there are a lot of issues will be there. And the maternal side, always she wanted to go to her mother place. So if she gets her daughter to marry her brother, then easy access to her mother family. There are a lot of social, financial, many things will be there. That's why majority in South India, they prefer inbreeding or consanguineous marriage. But take it from me, always it is the most dangerous. So there shouldn't be consanguineous or the marriage between the relatives. So if it happens, then the children will be abnormal. The IQ will be less. So they have a lot of abnormality, Down syndrome, Turner syndrome. There are a lot of syndromes or the diseases will be there in children. It is because of the relation. So what happened? So there's a mutation from girl, there's a mutation in the boy, and when they marry, it will come to children, two copy, two sets will be there. And majority of the genetic disorder, if they are in two sets, then the person will develop the disease. In one set, no problem. So that's why the marriage shouldn't be between the relatives. Always it should be out of the relatives. That's why in earlier, they used to see the Jataka, Gotra, all those things. Gotra says that they belongs to same family. Same Gotra is not entertained for marriage. So there are such rituals are there, but without having such knowledge, if they carry such things, no, they end with finally lot of health issues. And next category is a cytogenetic disorder. Means I told you, we have 46 chromosomes and human has a 46. And always 23 chromosome from mother, 23 from father, it will be there. But what happen if there is any gain or loss of the chromosome, they end up with a disease. Gain extra chromosome, if it is 47, then it is a disease. 45, it is a disease. So the number should be exact always. Human means it is a 46 only, not 47, 45, 48, no, 46. Exact number it should be. Otherwise, they have a lot of health issues. I will show you what are those. And similarly, always, no, everyone knows that in our culture, always we worship goddess. Chamundi, Adi Shakti, generally, but nobody knows why we worship her. Always we say Adi Shakti. So what is the scientific meaning of Adi Shakti? Nobody knows. They say she has a power. That's why she called as Adi Shakti. She is a mother. That's why she called as Adi Shakti. No, that is one the context you are talking. But from the scientific, from genetics point of view, Adi Shakti means she has the power, the prime basic power. Adi means the first or the primitive Adi. Then power. She has the power. Means what power we have. Everyone, whether it is a male boy, female boy, girl, all, whether anybody, always we get the power from our mother. Means mitochondria, there is in our cell, there is one cell organelle called mitochondria. Mitochondria is powerhouse of the cell. It will give energy. Always, even now I am talking, for this I need energy. And where is this energy comes from? Comes from mitochondria. Mitochondria, what I have. So I am relaxing, I am sleeping, I am jogging, doing all activity. For every activity, even breathing, every activity, it won't happens by itself. It requires energy always. Where this energy comes from? Energy comes from the mitochondria, ATP, mitochondria. So this mitochondria comes from mother, not from father. Father, no, mitochondria comes from father. Energy always comes from mother. Because what happened during a fertilization process, you must be knowing how the life, the birth happens. There is a sperm, there is an egg, there is a fusion. Then there is a zygote formation and baby, fetus will develop and finally we get the baby. That's how the process happens. So during this process, male gives only DNA. Yes, male always gives only the DNA and rest of the things are from female side, from mother. So that's why always the mitochondria comes from mother for to everyone. That's why if mother is very active, then children will be active. We could make out that if mother is not lethargic, then family members, children will be like that. So mother is very creative, always doing one or other thing, then the children will have that creativity, enthusiasm, all these things. So because the energy always comes from mother to everyone, to all the children. That's one thing. So another important why we call her as a Adi Shakti, because when the baby born in the natural process, natural labor, then the baby first time exposed to microbes outside, that too especially the maternal microbes. The microbes are the bacteria which are present in the vagina, and baby will be having the bacteria what mother has. So these bacteria will be there with the baby, and the baby when it grows, it will get some more bacteria, and that bacterial colony or the microbiome in our body will be decided by the mother, not from the father. That's why it is always better to go for the normal labor instead of C-section, cesarean. Cesarean, the baby will not be exposed. But in normal delivery, baby will pass on from vagina and exposed to maternal microbes. When during feeding also, when baby in contact with the maternal skin, then baby will be getting the microbes from mother. And these microbes are now entire world is looking for the microbiota in everyone. So I'll talk about that later on. So this is how that's why we consider female as a power like Adi Shakti. This is the scientific meaning. But on other hand, we have many other social and other context we can say. There are different stories are there. Okay, so I told you polygenic means poly means many, genic means many genes. All the diseases like diabetes, cancer, obesity, heart problem, everything they are considered as a polygenic. Here, polygenic means not only the genes, even our environment, lifestyle, diet, hobbies. They also decides the health of an individual. What diet we are taking, whether it is a balanced diet or junk diet, and what hobbies we have, whether we have a good hobbies and lifestyle. So all these are the thing, whether we are having a sedentary lifestyle. So naturally what happen on these online courses now, it makes you to be sedentary. Whole day you will be sitting in front of computer and watching all the thing. But if it is a offline mode, always I prefer offline mode of these refresher courses, because what happen, refresher courses in the sense not only updating your knowledge in history, other than that you will be away from your institution, college, family, and if people are from other places, even then you come to our institute, and we have a very good ambience here. There's a Kukarali lake, beautiful coconut garden is there, and the ambience is ultimate here. Then you will be completely out of your place, and you will be interacting with your other co-participants. You share everything, your institution information, and related to academic activities and the subject related. So a lot of interaction will be there. That's a social health. So a lot of exchanges will be there in terms of information. You will be having a different kind of environment. So always human requires such relaxation. Generally when we talk about a relaxation, no, we don't have the relaxation, because that relaxing thing, always wherever we go we carry everyone. Oh, family, husband, children, wife, everyone will be there. Only the places will be different, the people will be same. So place will be different, faces will be same. But for human to have a kind of creativity, refreshing, we need a different faces to interact, to talk, all this. Such things we could have given in offline mode, but unfortunately, you are all from online. So you lost the opportunity of these things. So refreshing course will give you updated knowledge of history, but not other than that, the physical, mental, social, all this health will not be given. Earlier, it was given. Even when we attend, when we change our places, we will be relaxed more. We should be away from our college, away from our school, away from the family, new environment, new people, new thing, new resource person will be really always, that is very much required for good health. Okay, so I'll skip some of these things. It is not required for you. So these are all genetic disorder. Yeah, I talk about the chromosomes. So I told you there are 46 chromosomes in humans. So you can see these are, we painted it with the color, but generally chromosomes, they don't have any color. We have to give the color for our convenience to identify different chromosomes. And always humans have 23 pairs, means it is a number is a 46. Okay. So, and these chromosomes varies in a different organism. Even we have the chromosomes even in a human, then in a grasshopper, then even in a birds, and this is a honeybee. So all organisms, they have a different kinds of chromosomes. So we'll concentrate on humans because it is of our interest. Human, the sex of the individual is determined by the sex chromosomes present in organism. And in a human, there are 44 chromosomes which are meant for all other work. Everything in our body is taken care by 44 chromosome. Two chromosomes always will concentrate on sex of the individual. So you must be knowing females have XX and males have a XY. Even till now, even in this modern era, we are in the era of artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these things we have. Till a date, if you go to rural area, if a lady gives birth to female child, 1, 2, 3, then she will be blamed for that. Always she will be blamed that she has given birth to girl child. But till now, people don't know that the cause for this boy or girl is the man, not the female. Because female always has a just X chromosome. Males have a X and Y chromosome. If the male gives the sperm having a X chromosome, then the baby will be female. If the male gives the sperm having a Y chromosome, then the baby will be male. So it is the male or the man who gives the chromosome and that decides the sex of the baby. It is not in female hand because she has only X chromosome. So many people know after 2, 3 girl child, they want to marry another lady to have a male boy. So then once again, if the man gives X chromosome, even the second wife also give birth to female. And if the man gives Y chromosome, then fortunately, maybe or unfortunately, she gives birth to male. So this is the mechanism. So we shouldn't blame females having giving birth to female child. And see here the size of the X and Y chromosome. Always I used to tell, always generally we say female is a weaker sex, but who told? I don't know. Female is a very, very, very strong sex. Means physically, no, sometimes the strenuous work she may not, but mentally females are very, very strong. Male is not strong sex. So always you can see most of the time all these health issues, they make a big hangama. But many health issues, female will be calm, cool, and attending all her activities, working ladies, no, doing all the activities, domestic work and even official work, everyone, without telling that she had the problem. But same thing happens to male. He male entire world to know what happened to him. Even small fever, cold, cough, or dental issues. Everyone will come to know that this man has the problem because he creates. That means mentally females are strong. Not only mentally, even genetic point of view also females are strong because X chromosome is larger, Y chromosome is smaller. And there was a threat for this Y chromosome. Lot of reviews are there, scientific article telling that Y chromosome is degenerating. So it has happened in the course of evolution, thousands of years back. This Y chromosome was size of the X chromosome. Then in the course of evolution, there's a size of the Y chromosome was reduced, and it has only the genes here for the fertilization, for sperm production. But X chromosome has the genes for everything, our eye color, our blood, this one, clotting factor, everything is present in this X chromosome. And Y chromosome has this. Now, recent 1 month back, there was a report that this Y chromosome is further reducing and people are worried that it will vanish. It will be completely gone. Though, then what is the thing? Then no Y chromosome, no progeny on this earth. So humankind will be eliminated from the earth. That was the thing. But people have calculated and it will take another million years to vanish the Y chromosome. So we can we can say that another 1 million year, the earth will be safe. After 1 million, once Y chromosome gone, then the living organism, the humans on the earth will be vanished. So that's about the X and Y chromosome. So I told you, not only the number of the chromosome, shape of the chromosome, structure of the chromosomes also important. If there is any change in the shape of the chromosome, not only the number, even all these cancer, lot of changes happens in the shape of the chromosome. there is a cut in the chromosome. That is, chromosome will be 120, 180 degree inversion will be there. One part of the chromosome will cut and it will sit on another chromosome, and chromosome size will be increased. All this is called as a duplication, deletion, translocation, inversion. In the scientific terminology, don't worry about that. You're all from the arts faculty, I can understand. So what happened, just take some of these points, that the number of the chromosome in humans should be 46. Shape of the chromosome should be proper. If there is any change, then always it is named as a disease. And the diseases are not curable. So it cannot be cured. The person has a permanent damage, the permanent disability. And what happened, why there is a number alters sometimes? Generally, it won't alter. Sometimes the number of the chromosome alters. How it happens? It happens during cell division. There is a division, cell division called the meiosis cell division. During that time, something error happens in the cell division and results into that is a more number of the chromosome or less number of the chromosome. So you appreciate this hybrids in plants. See, this is a hybrid. This is all this hybrid. Hybrid plants are very tall and it gives more crop and more juicy. This is a wild. Wild will be small, but this is resistant. This will be hybrid. It will be very huge one and very juicy, but you can't keep it for a long time. The shelf life will be less, and disease resistance is also less. They have some merits and demerits. This hybrid is entertained. It is fine for the plants, but such hybrid happens in human. You can see the demons. So one eye demon, 10 head demon, then 4 hands, 4 legs, like that it will happen. Such variation in the chromosome number in human, that will not be entertained. So here, and I will give you some diseases you have seen even in your college also, or in the society. There is one disease called as a Turner's syndrome. Turner syndrome means females, I told you, they have a 2 X chromosomes, males XY. But in Turner condition, what happened? There is only one single X in the female. It is called as a X0. It is a single X, and the individuals are very short, and there is no breast development. There's a webbing of the neck will be there. They don't attain puberty. That's a menstruation. In the puberty, there is no menstruation in girls, and no breast development. All this intelligence, they are school dropout most of the time, no? So they have a behavioral problem. Even they can't sense the situation. Simply they keep on laughing always. IQ will be less, all this. So this is the baby with the extra fold of skin here. And see here, the neck portion, webbing of the neck. And see here, there is no breast. These are all not small kids. They are around 12 years, 14 years, but no development, no breast development. There is a webbing in the neck. And this is by birth, they have an edema in the feet. And all these things is because of loss of one of the eggs. They are not complete females because they don't have a uterus also. And after marriage, most of the time they'll marry because parents are not knowing that she has the issue problem. So after marriage, there is a no ovulation, no menstruation. So infertile, and they got to know that she has a problem. This is because of loss of one of the sex chromosome. This is, see, these are the chromosome. They look in the microscope. Through microscope, we have to see this. And they are not arranged like this. We have arranged all this. This is called karyotyping. And most of the time, doctors will ask them to go for a karyotyping test. And sometimes if it is illegal, then court will order them to get a karyotyping done. Then the sample will send to institute in Hyderabad, CCMB, where Rajiv Gandhi assassination and many other things, no, they resolve, they identify based on the DNA profiling, all these things. So these are the chromosomes here. Instead of 2X, there is a single X here. And That is in case of females. But in men, they have another problem called the Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome means along with XY, they have extra X chromosome. That's why these males, they look like a females. Not exactly female, they have a feminine characteristic features. And such births are very common, 1 in 1,000 birth baby. One have such a thing. See here, these are males with the gynecomastia. Males, they develop the breast. It's called a gynecomastia. This is the male boy. Okay, it's a gynecomastia. And stature, they look like a female. All these things. And some character, hands are very fine and very lengthy, smooth, no hairs on the body, no beard, nothing. So they look like female. So when we do chromosome test, we can see XXY. They should have only X and Y. And now there is an additional X present. That's why they develop the feminine character or the female character. There are many people in our society without our knowledge. But sometimes what happen, some of the cells have this thing, some of the cells are normal. That's a major problem. If they have only all the cells with this condition, then no, we can make out easily when they walk, even their walk itself, we could make out that they have some issues. When they speak, they look like when their voice will be like a very melodious, like a female voice. So all those things are fine. But some people, they look like males absolutely. But when we look into the internal organs, they don't have testes, they don't have epididymis, no prostate, and all men internal organs, genital organs will be missing. This is because some cells normal, some cells abnormal. Many cases in our society, so they marry, and after marriage, they knew that there is something wrong with them. In spite of that, they marry, and this is because for the family parents will be asking him to get married, and they marry, and they can't tell that he is not completely male, so marry. After that, everyone will realize he is not a man, complete man. So this, when they do the karyotyping, they got to know this. Similarly, we have a Jacobson disease. Here it is a XYY. One extra Y is there. They have a lot of criminal attitude, very aggressive. And the psychopath, we have seen many men, they are psychopath. They are from a very good, this one, well educated, have a good salary, good job, even in IT sector, all these things. But their behavior, only his spouse or the partner will be knowing that he is not a normal person. For others, he looks absolutely normal, but she will realize that he is not normal. Physically normal, mentally seems to be normal, but only some closest person could make out that he has some issues to address. And they have increased in testosterone, very aggressive. That's why when there is an increase in testosterone, you have seen, you read in paper that lower kept in the refrigerator, all those things. How it happens? Normally, it won't happen. Normal person with a sound health can't kill anyone. Even normal person can't kill even on cat, rat, dog. No, even they can't kill cockroach also if they are normal. But sometimes very aggressive about the cockroaches, they might kill. But that is the normal condition. Here, what happened? There is an increase in the testosterone. Because of the testosterone increase, he is ready to kill anyone. So that too in a weird, scary way. Make into pieces, put it in a gunny bag or put it in the refrigerator. All those we heard, no? So it is because of there must be some genetic factor behind that. So more aggressive. And they live longer. They don't have any other issues. So here, when we do the karyotypy, we can see, and such people must undergo this genetic analysis that is lacking in our country. All these criminals, no, they do a lot of crime. And people, we don't know why they are doing that crime. Their behavior is abnormal, but we should find out why they are doing that. Why not others with the same situation? Many people will face the same situation, but this person will kill. Why he kills? Why not others? Maybe some factor, hidden factor, agenda will be there. They must be subjected for genetic analysis. Then we'll come to know what has happened to him, what exactly happened to him. All the information we'll get to know. Similarly, poly-X females. Here, females have extra X chromosome along with XX, three times XXX, four times XXX, like that. They are very beautiful. They have a very good physique. And many actresses in Hollywood, Bollywood, they have this condition. Some of them undergo cosmetic surgery, and some of them, 1% will be with this condition. So that's why this different. Their attitude, all other things will be very different, very attractive, but it is not a normal. Even cosmetic surgery is not a normal thing. Even with this condition, they are not normal individual. We could justify. So here this female phenotype will be really, they are very beautiful, and even physique will be very good, but they have menstrual issues, no uterus, infertile, sometimes fertile, all these things. Sometimes mental IQ will, behavioral changes we can make out. So those are the things related to our sex chromosome. And Down syndrome, hope you have seen, definitely you have seen such children. And that is called as a Down syndrome. Very common, 1 in 600. Okay, if you go to some temple or some places, somewhere you get to this child, and the child will be under the surveillance of parents, and protruded tongue, and mentally IQ less, and short stature, a flattened face, stubby finger, and round face. All this, males are impotent, and small round face, all this. This is the Down syndrome children. So here, irrespective of the race, caste, community, all these things, they look alike. Whether it's a Negro baby or Mongoloid baby, Caucasian, everyone, they look like a Mongoloid. So depressed nasal bridge, low set ear, high arched palate, between the nose and the upper lip will be more, between the lower lip and the chin will be more. All these are anthropometric measurement. So IQ is less. So always they are dependent. Somebody has to take care of them. All this. This is a Down syndrome. This is because of there is an extra C here. If you just count all the chromosome, all are in 2 in number. Here it is a 3 in number. Trisomy 21. It is called as a trisomy, means 3 in number. 21st chromosome is 3 in number. This is the reason why they are mentally retarded. And for all these things, there is what could be the reason then? So every time I am talking about diseases, but what causes this Down syndrome or Turner's syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, PATAS, Edwards? There are a series of such things are there, health issues. What could be the reason? The main reason is association of mother age and giving birth to these abnormal children. As mother age increases, in this chart you can see, if the mother age, female age, if it is 20, the chances of giving birth to abnormal child will be 1 in 2000. As her age increases, the chances will increase. Once she attained 35 years, then it will be, the chance will be 1 in 300. Then 45, 1 in 30. Like that, as mother age increases, the chances of giving birth to abnormal children will also increases. And this is only for maternal age, not the paternal. Because you must be knowing oogenesis, spermatogenesis. Oogenesis means release of egg. Spermatogenesis means release of sperms. When it happens, spermatogenesis starts in the adolescent, 15 years, 14 years. That time, the sperms will start producing in males. And it is a continuous process. It will continuously, it will be produced, it will be destroyed. Such things will happen. But in females, eggs are produced when she is in the fetal condition, in her mother womb. That time eggs are produced and kept as a reservoir. 30,000 eggs are produced, and all the eggs will be kept in the fetus. And once this fetus will born as a female child, it will be there 30,000 eggs. Once she reaches adolescent, that is age of 10 years, 12 years, all this, by the time during this process, these 30,000 eggs will be reduced to 3,000. Now she has a 3,000 eggs in an adolescent. To say like a 12 years girl, she has matured. She developed all the secondary sexual character. Now she started ovulating. That is what we say the menstruation. First time she started the menstruation. So every month one egg will be released out of these 3,000. Here what happens, there is a competition among these eggs which has to be released first. It is just like winning the race, like 100 meters. So who will win 100 meters running race? It is the egg, which is the person who is very strong, has a good stamina, very potent, he will win the race. Like that, here 3,000 eggs will compete to release out. And among them, the egg which is very strong, very potent, very good will be released. So this will happen every month. There's a competition. One will be, the strong will be released. So when she reaches 30, 40 years, by the time all good eggs are exhausted, they are completely lost. They are released already. Whatever she has, the eggs which are left out eggs are with some defect, with some mutation, with some disease condition. So when such eggs are fused with the sperm, naturally the children born, the baby born is always with the disease. That's why we are not supposed to postpone the marriage as well as the issues to have a children. No, the optimal, very good age to have a children is 22 to 26. Even 28 is also okay. Before 30 years, after 30 years, always risky. The child might be having mental retardation, child might be having less IQ, and it is a deaf, dumb, and limb development is not there. Lot of complication will be there in children. And chances are very high. I'm not telling that all 30, about 30 years, everyone will get abnormal children, not that. But chances are very high when mother age increases. So that's why we are not supposed to postpone. Nowadays, no, this is the problem with the youngsters. They don't want to get married. So after their PG, they wanted to pursue PhD. After the PhD, they wanted to have the job. After the job only, they decide for the marriage. And after the marriage also, they don't want child. They want to be happy for 4 5 years alone, roaming everywhere. They having house, car, everything. By the time they might be 30, 30, 35, 40 years, 35 years. So then when they plan, even to have a pregnancy will be very difficult. As they age, female will be lose the capacity of having the pregnancy. Other than that, she might get abnormal child. So that's why always we have to be very careful about this pregnancy. So then father role here is very less, because every month new sperm will be produced. And when they plan for pregnancy, always I used to tell people, they do a lot of preparation always. Even you have seen the marriage, how much preparation they do. From one year itself, they started shopping, booking the chowdhury, everything. They celebrate the thing, the event, because everyone knows that once in a lifetime of a person, marriage will happen. So they enjoy. Lot of preparation will be done. We are very much keen to decide the menu and decide the chowdhury place. All those things will be done. But for marriage, they take care. But for the pregnancy, there is no plan or the preparation. So pregnancy has to be prepared, or even if they want to conceive baby 6 months after, So now before 6 months itself, they have to prepare themselves, both male and female, physically, mentally, socially, spiritually, sexually, the holistic health. Then only they can get the baby of their choice. Like everyone wanted their child to be Vishwesvaraya, Abdul Kalam, and many other icon, but it won't happen. The baby may be very poor in mathematics. They are thinking, dreaming about the Abdul Kalam. Baby is not even solving 2 plus 2. So then, how it happens? It is because of you people. No proper preparation, and the environment for the development of the baby will not be given. Baby will be exposed to a lot of chemicals, teratogen, mutagen, carcinogen. How you can expect the baby to be brilliant? Because by the time the neuronal development will alter. So male also has a thing, anomalies caused by environmental factor. This is very, very important, essential to know that lot of drugs. Now everyone, they become, they have a Google guru. Anything they Google, they see for what medicine. So for fever, they take Dolo 650. For cold, like that, we have everyone is a doctor themselves. They take the drugs how much they want, whenever they want, and all this. But all these drugs has an effect on our body. These are all the chemicals. So that too, other than pregnancy, fine, no problem. Some damages will happen, it will be repaired. But during pregnancy, female is not supposed to take any drugs without the prescription of doctor, not even Dolo 650, because all these drugs will inhibit the development of the baby. It might affect the neurons of the baby. The baby IQ will be less, and future the baby can't solve the mathematics. They don't have arithmetical ability. Cognitive thing will be very less, and we blame the baby for being such thing. So chemicals like PCB, methyl mercury, alcohol once again, it causes neuronal damage. And infections, if mother is exposed to rubella infection, cytomegalosis, herpes, toxoplasmosis, syphilis, sexually transmitted diseases, even the baby will suffer with anomalies. This toxoplasmosis is because of the cats. Some people, they have pets like a cats, dogs at home in their bed also. So generally all these pets will be outside. But now the trend is like they love their pets more than their children. So what happened? The toxoplasmosis, this parasite, it is a protozoa. It will be transmitted from the cats to pregnant female. As a result of that, the baby will become blind. After the birth, the baby lose the vision. There are many people who are blind, and this could be one of the reason. So similarly, maternal factor, if the mother is a diabetic, mother has a thyroid problem, she must be very careful, but that because these things will make the baby mentally retarded. And this is a classical example where it will justify why we shouldn't consume drugs or the medicine by ourselves. This drug is called as a thalidomide drug. The name of the drug is a thalidomide. It's a sleeping pill like. And 50 years back in the Europe, whole Europe, in all countries of Europe, doctors, gynecologists prescribe this drug for a pregnant females to stop early morning sickness. Generally, during pregnancy, they have a early morning sickness, like early morning when they get up, they have a vomiting sensation, they can't eat, giddiness, all those. So doctor gave this drug, that's a tablet to consume to stop this. So they have consumed, and after the delivery, they saw that the babies are without limbs. All those ladies who consume these thalidomide drug, they gave birth to the abnormal children, where the children doesn't have the limbs at all. And their IQ is normal. They are very good. Mentally, they are very good. But deformities, physical deformities, see, no limbs, no legs, depends. Entire Europe. And they got to know why. They were surprised. What happened all of a sudden? Then they realized that they got to know that this is because of the thalidomide drug that will stop the development of the baby's organs in the early developmental stage. That is called as organogenesis. So this same tragedy happens in a Kasaragod district, in a Kasaragod, where the victims are uh, for endosulfan. Endosulfan is the pesticide, which is a very good pesticide for pest. But this pesticide will leach into groundwater and it is in the air. And people who consume this groundwater, because it will reach the well, and they use that for drinking purpose and many other purpose. So we could see lot of infertility cases, lot of abnormality in children and female with abortion, and a lot of these anomalies. It is because of the like that we have lot of chemical around us, all our coloring agent outside eating. That's why I used to tell, don't eat outside, because they use coloring agent, they use preservatives, they use taste powders and preservatives, food additives. So most dangerous. And most of the time we drink water from the plastic bottle. Plastic bottle always is most dangerous, because when you keep the plastic bottle in your car and when it is exposed to heavy summer sunlight, then it will melt in the sense the chemicals in the plastic like a dithion, a phthalate, a dioxin, all these will be, it will leach into your water. When you drink the water, then we are more susceptible to develop breast cancer in females. And in males, males will start developing feminine characterize. They are males only, but their behavior started feminization. All these things are confirmed through research. Lot of evidences are there. Plastic is one of the most dangerous along with these things. And ionizing radiation, mobile phone. It is a, now there's a new terminology called as a digital dementia. Digital dementia in the sense of forgetfulness. This forgetfulness happens in the old age. After 65, 70, people will forget the things. And in there are some neurodegenerative disorder like Parkinson's, Alzheimer, dementia, Huntington chorea. These are all the disorder or the diseases where the person will forget. So he don't remember what he did. He in the worst condition, he don't remember his wife, children also. He forget who is he. All those things will happen in the old age. But now the dementia started in children. They forget. And in the middle age, youth, children, and not aged people, it is preponed. Now, even in the young age also, people started this forgetfulness. This is because of extensive use of cell phones or mobile phones. So this is internet, that's a computer usage, and extensive computer usage and extensive use of mobile phone. All these things, what happen, only the left side of the brain in children will develop, the right side of the brain will be suppressed. As a result of that, they develop this forgetfulness. They are not good in some of the activity. And it has started in Korea and it has spread to many countries. In our country also, future India will be having many children with a digital dementia, because we always give our mobile phone to children. And if you want to engage in some work, we don't allow to children to intervene us. So we'll give the mobile phone, make them to engaged, then we do our work. So it is another way, and forcibly the children will be given mobile phone during COVID, which we are not supposed to give to children. Now they are addicted. Even if they want to get rid of it, it is not possible. So the future, this one will be really scary. We don't know where our children will reach. So their cognitive thing will be reduced. IQ is reduced because of the excess information. More information, they don't know how to put it proper way. We have a lot of information. Earlier, information was less. So the information was channelized very well. So they know how to communicate, how to transfer the information they knew. Now, enormous information in Google, they don't know how to put it properly. All these things are there. So teratogen, I told you, that will cause a lot of problem in the children development. It causes blindness, deafness, mental retardation. Sir, if you talk, it will intervene my this one flow. Exposure to alcohol may cause physical malformation, growth retardation, mental retardation. Even nowadays, females, they started taking alcohol. That in IT sector, we can see MNC, multinational company. So the culture will be Western culture. They take alcohol, they go to parties, even business also. Then during pregnancy, they are not supposed to take. And these are all the things. Methyl mercury pollutant in aquatic thing that increases. Why there is an increase in the C-section or cesarean? No normal delivery nowadays at all. It is because of these chemicals, which will definitely intervene the pregnancy. Neurobehavioral effect, that is the attention deficit problem, learning disorder, autism. In children, we see all these things. It is because of, once again, the chemicals what the pregnant female consume. Even lead poisoning is also, it reduces the IQ of the children and causes mental retardation, abnormal development of the brain. And where do we get these things? This is in a packed food. In a tin, you get the rasgulla. Inside, there is a epoxy. That is a lead, that is called as epoxy. So that will definitely leach into the food. And when we consume, it will enter our body. Even paint has a lead. And there are many things which has a lead content. Earlier, Maggie was banned. Nestle was put this one. Maggie was banned because the taste powder in the Maggie, what they are using has a lead content. So definitely, and children are fond of having Maggie. Always they prefer Maggie. So when the children consume this Maggie, which had the lead content, normally their IQ will be reduced. That will damage their neurons or the brain. So social drugs like alcohol, I told you, if female consume alcohol, she will develop, she give birth to abnormal baby and the baby named as a fetal alcohol syndrome. So what happened normally when any person consume alcohol, it goes to liver for detoxification. And in liver, there is an enzyme. It is called as a alcohol dehydrogenase. This will convert the alcohol into aldehyde. That's a chemical aldehyde. There is a conversion. There is another enzyme that will convert aldehyde into citric acid. So it will be cleared from the body. It happens. That's why people, if they take alcohol next day, they will be okay, fine, no problem. But same thing happens to pregnant female. Then this alcohol will enter the placenta. It will go to the developing baby. And baby doesn't have these enzymes to remove from the body. So it will be deposited. It will be in the circulation. It will reach the brain. So in the brain, it will damage the neurons. So finally, the baby born will be with a mental retardation. So the baby will be abnormal baby. This is a baby exposed to alcohol. And some people will say alcohol is good. And scientifically, even single drop of alcohol is not good. Alcohol will always damage liver. So it goes to liver and it will clear from the liver. The toxin will be eliminated. And for that, the liver had a lot of load. And people who drinks alcohol always, they end up with a liver damage, liver cirrhosis, liver failure, kidney failure, because it is not good for health. And people simply say some myths. They say wine is good and alcohol is good. All these things, these are all bullshit. Nothing like that scientifically, but they want to justify their action. That's why they say wine is good. instead of wine, grape juice is good because both has a resveratrol. And that is a chemical in the grape juice. So like that, but for their convenience, generally they justify themselves by giving all these uh, information. Okay, so such children, they have lot of complication and hyperactive, attention deficit, autism, and even people, the ladies who smoke this one, cigarette smoking also causes some problem in the children because the baby will be exposed to less oxygen. When she smokes, there's an increase in carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, and in the body, this carbon monoxide will damage the brain of the developing baby. Okay. So caffeine, not much, but generally other drugs have, definitely it has a lot of side effect. We can see babies, these are the babies without proper care during pregnancy, like there is a change in their diet and there is a change in the hobby and lifestyle. They took probably lot of chemicals without their knowledge. That's why outside eating is always most dangerous. Once in a while, fine, but always if it is a everyday hobby, then habit, then it will be really dangerous for the health. So this is through ultrasonography, definitely we can make out all these things. There is a test called during pregnancy to confirm whether the baby is normal or not. It is a prenatal diagnosis. When we go for this prenatal diagnosis, we can make out 100% whether the baby is normal or not. So prenatal diagnosis, not only scanning gives some extent, but for the confirmation, we need to give, sorry, this is, yeah. We need to go for another prenatal scanning, the prenatal diagnosis called, it is called as amniocentesis, chorionic villus sampling, chordosynthesis. Those are 300% confirmation whether the fetus is normal or not. But who are all the people? They should access this if they are 35 years or older than that. And if the family history of birth defect in the family, some family members have some problem, health issues, and first child is abnormal and they want to have a second baby, normal baby, then they should know this about the prenatal testing. And even parents in the pregnancy, if the female has a diabetes, then she's a diabetic lady, she wanted to have a baby, then naturally she has to undergo this prenatal scanning. And there are a lot of things, maternal serum test, ultrasonography, and is the chordosynthesis, amniocentesis. They take the amniotic fluid, which is around the fetus, and fetal cells will be removed, subjected for test, got to know that whether it is a normal or abnormal. This is how, this the fetus, this the amniotic fluid around the fetus. And when they take this with a syringe, then the syringe has the cells from the fetus. They culture, prepare the chromosome, and also they do DNA testing. They could identify the type of problem or whether it is a problem or not. Chorionic villus sampling, similarly, and here they take the tissues here and it will be subjected for many tests. Got to know that the baby is healthy or not. Karyotyping, I told you, chromosome test. These are the chromosome, they are tested, they found that whether it is normal or abnormal. So even we can take the cell in the cleavage stage itself and made this cell to develop in the cell culture media, then we can observe whether there is a problem with the developing fetus or not. Then in IVF, they do this. If it is not, then it will be implanted into the uterus. Before they do the implantation, in IVF, they have to undergo this pre-implantation diagnosis. Okay, and how we can manage all these things? Dietary modification. Always go for vegetarian diet. Most of the time, rarely if you are non-vegetarian, it should be not very regular. Once in a while, no problem. medication should be continued, but during pregnancy, you should check with your doctor whether you have to take the medicine or not. All those information guidance will be given by the by your doctor. Environmental adoption, gene therapy is there, but still it is in the not in the field trial. But for some of the diseases, gene therapy is available, very expensive, not feasible to accommodate for everyone in the society.